don't waste your money on small, meaningless upgrades early. She's the first merchant you're gonna meet, and you could upgrade your Twist of the Veil or any kind of weapon that you did find. Instead, spend your money at merchants that do sell you mementos. There will be a lot of them the first time you get to Treviso, and these mementos upgrade your caretaker power. I've had mine at 1600 after my first Treviso visit, which means that every item in the world instantly was dropping +4, and at this point already at +5, because that's what the caretaker does. If his shop rank is upgraded, then all your items will be dropping in upgraded as well. I didn't spend any time making this a Thunderclap +5. I literally just found a Thunderclap +5. And the same goes for this armor piece, found one time before the upgrade. That's +5, +4, +4, +4. And my main robe +5 as well. Get that dude upgraded as soon as possible, since it will allow you to have more fun in the world. That's me with level 12, 13, fighting a level 25 demon, because I wanted to, and I could since my gear was upgraded. Number 2, do your companion's side quest. And this, I cannot stress how important it is. First and foremost, doing their side quest will deepen your bond with them, your relationship. And that deeper bond will give you more skill points to spend that you can, by the way, also refund at any given point if you don't like where you actually put them. But second and most important, especially with Harding, there is progress hidden behind you advancing her skill, because she gains some kind of earth manipulation, and without advancing this, you're kind of locked out of certain regions because she can't interact with the territory to make it possible for you to traverse. That being said, the side quests are also online with the main quest. I've done something for Neff in Minrathous Docktown, and the end of the quest was essentially where the main quest would continue. I wasn't even wasting time. I had to go to this area anyways. Enemies' weaknesses and resistances in combat. If you tap, you can actually see what they're vulnerable to or what they will take less damage from. Keep in mind that using something that they're neutral to is not optimal as well. This is me trying to use lightning versus necrotic vulnerable dudes, and it does work. They're also severely overleveled. Again, it's level 25 versus 13. But as soon as I whip out the necrotic damage, day and night, suddenly it feels like I can actually make meaningful progress while not just treading water. Vulnerable in this case truly means vulnerable, which especially makes mage a very good thing. I can carry around with me an orb, right now electric damage with a lot of stagger. Then my stave can be a different damage style, fire damage in this case, or I could have the necrotic popping or even more electric. And then on top, I can adapt my skills to the situation. I'll have my fire death beam together with my arcane shot in fire. Then I can add electricity and even more electricity to it. Or I can take that electricity on the side, but then actually move myself over to different cold damage, especially to have something that could detonate. Since this is the next important thing in combat, having the applies from your companions, like the shred from Harding, for example, then being able to either detonate it with your own skill, or in this case, Bellara and Lucana's mix, which can apply and detonate themselves. This is, by the way, how it would look like, and it definitely speeds up combat so nicely as it whoops everyone in the air, gets big damage out, and at the end of the day, it's for free bonus damage on top what you're anyways dealing, because you're hammering away at the opponent, and having your dudes on top doing something is perfection. We're not done with companions. There's one interesting skill to take, and it helps a lot, and that is here at Bellara. She has the replenish ability, and if you put 2 skill points in it, when you have low health, replenish automatically triggers if it's not on cooldown. Don't have to even think about it. As soon as you have this one skilled, you're safe. Getting back to your relationship and doing these quests, they'll also upgrade and give you more trinkets and keepsakes. In this case, you could get a +1 revival charge, just not being out of the combat straight away and getting yourself back in. My recommendation right now is after every mission, side quest, going out, teleport back to the lighthouse and just check, is there another quest? Is there something else I could do, I could talk to someone with? Since all these side quests are also pretty good. Especially Bellara had an emotional one that had me feel for her, which is great because people are claiming that the writing is horrible as hell. And I just was sad afterwards. We talked about merchants in the beginning, and there's one very important thing to pay attention to here. Don't just sell to any merchant. This is the one in Treviso, for example. But you got also one in the Olithan Forest and in Dogtown. And each of these merchants can have their shop upgraded, but you'll need a reputation for it. Right now I'm at 689 and I need 1,600 for the next upgrade. You gain reputation, for example, by selling items or doing side quests. If you upgrade the shop, then you can buy more stuff. If I upgrade this to level 3, I can get Lucana's Rapier right now from a +1 all the way up to the +5 with the next affix. That would be plenty amazing, especially as that only costs 370 gold. But most important, they also do sell you more mementos that you can then upgrade your keeper further to get higher level world loot and higher level shop items, which means choose a faction and a vendor that you would really like to dump all your valuables regularly, and probably make sure that it has to do with one of the companions you like to play with. I'm a big fan of Lucanis, so I upgraded Treviso a lot, but I also enjoy spending time with Bellara because she's kind of nerdy and quirky, so I want to get the Veil Jumpers as high as possible, as this will allow me to upgrade Bellara further. And now one thing that mattered the most to me, I am playing a mage, and my faction in this case has been the Shadow Dragons. Why? Resourceful. Your class specific resource regenerates slightly faster. That's what it says behind me. Sorry, I'm a bit fat. Yes, your faction kind of determines how people react to you and how you're perceived in certain areas. But alone being able to regain mana faster, what the hell? It allows me to more or less spam my spells, especially if you're then looking for the most important passives in the skill tree, like bonus mana regeneration. And mana regeneration restarts 25% faster when paused by spending mana or taking damage. Plus, mana restored after defeating an enemy. Those things are so valuable. I'm literally just going through the skill tree and looking for even more mana regeneration, as it just makes it possible for me to use my spells regularly and not just sit there waiting left click, left click, left click. Even though the mage is pretty cool because it's 1, 2, 3, and then you can actually do your arcane bomb explosion to kind of weave that into your gameplay naturally. Still though, more mana, less problems. Any other tips you've stumbled up and anything else you'd like to share in the comments below that you've been enjoying about Dragon Age The Veilguard? Because for me, the game is truly fun. Is it the best game of the year? Is the most amazing thing I've ever seen on the planet? No. But it's a great Dragon Age or new Dragon Age kind of game that I think is way better than the internet wants to give it a chance for. What's your thoughts? If you now want to see my actual live streams, the 2 of them, how I have been enjoying the Veilguard and having a good time, there's the 2 links. Have a good one. Thanks for watching and giving the game a chance.